Well, it's going to be a nice warm day today. Good day for a bit of drive testing. So for this drive test, we are going to need some sims, a NUC PC, our test devices, a smartphone for a mobile hotspot, and, because I'm British, a flask of tea. So let's take a look in the back of the car now. You can see I have my NUC PCs here. They are connected to my test phones, and I also have two GPS receivers in the back window. Now you might think this is a bit unorthodox, using a cargo net to suspend the phones, but it does mean I can get them at the right height and the right separation, and I can get this in and out of my car in about 5 minutes flat. So it's pretty good and versatile for that. If you were doing things on a more permanent basis, then you could obviously hire a professional company and they can come in and create some mounts for you, but for me this works just fine. So the next thing I'm going to do is set up the Wi-Fi hotspot from my personal phone, which I've got mounted over here, and I'm going to do that right now. It takes about a minute for the NUC PCs to join up to it. Now the reason that I'm doing this is because I need a way to control the NUCs in the back, and connecting them to this device, you can see one's connected already and the next one should follow quite soon. There it is. So the reason I'm doing this is so that I can create a small network in the car here, and I can control what's happening on the NUCs using the browser on my phone. Okay, so now we've done that, what we can do is actually browse to the DriveTester interface for one of our NUCs. And you can see here a list of work orders, which are essentially scripts that have been assigned to this NUC. Now, those work orders can be assigned locally, so you don't actually need to use a Fleet Manager, but the top one has actually been pushed by Fleet Manager, which is the back-end system for DriveTester and for other ASCOM products. So Fleet Manager allows you to control everything that's happening on the test equipment in this car from the office, so you don't actually need to worry about if the person in the vehicle is actually using the right script. There's a number of different features around that for things like prioritization of certain work orders. So if somebody is out in the field and you have something that's more important that you want them to focus on, then you can push that to their car and it will appear as a high priority work order. So let's go ahead and open the top one. So what's going to happen now is it's going to say that it needs two iPhone 6s. In this particular case, now that's something that I've defined in the work order. You can actually specify the equipment that you want to make sure that when someone's actually going to take this equipment out, that they're actually using the right devices. And you can take that a step further by specifying things like IMEIs and IMSIs as well. So it's detected my two iPhones. I can see that they're all ready, and I just press green. Now all we need to do is go driving. Helps if you put your seatbelt on. Okay, so we've been driving for about 10 minutes now, and I pulled over to the side of the road here just to show you a couple more features of DriveTester. So when you open the work order, the first thing you'll see, if it's been added to the work order, is a route. Now I've added a route to this particular work order, and it's actually the line that's in red that you can see on the screen. Now you can see that I'm taking a slightly different route, which is in green. Now that's because I've driven the red route a couple of times already and I wanted to go somewhere slightly different. To put together the route for this is actually quite easy. It's just a KML file that you can put together with a tool like Strava, for example. But it's really cool just to see where you need to go. So you can see my location, which is the red car with the A symbol on it. You can zoom in and it will keep the zoom for you. So if you need to know a bit more detail turn by turn exactly where you need to go, then you can do that. It also gives me an indication of the service success rate, which is 100% so far for these two phones, and also the overall progress. Now this says 0%, and that's because the script that I'm running is designed to run for an infinite number of loops. Now if I'd said that it would run for 10 loops, for example, then obviously this bar would go up every time it completed a loop. So it says 0%, but that's not anything for me to worry about. As I said, this is an infinite number of loops of the script that I'm running. If I go into the equipment tab, then I can actually see what the equipment's doing. Now it's at the end of a script cycle here, so there's a small wait before it moves into the next set of activities. Now this particular script is doing HTTP browse, an HTTP get, and also an HTTP upload, and finally it finishes with a set of pings. And that's a pretty good, pretty standard kind of data script that I've put together. So if we go back to the map, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Now, if I wanted to pull over and stop the testing for some reason, then I could simply go to my overview and I can press the pause button. And you get a notification saying that the script is waiting to stop. Now, this could be that you've detected some sort of an issue, or you need to pull over to make a pit stop, or you need to make a phone call. So this actually suspends the script from running. And there's a couple of options that you have here. You can actually terminate the script, so you can actually stop it from running, or you can simply resume. So what I'm going to do now is hit resume, and you can see from the overview that the script is now executing again. So let's go back to the map, just check our equipment. We can see that it's in the middle of an HTTP get. All we need to do now is carry on driving. So I'm all done with my driving today. It's not a bad place to finish, right outside the Clifton Suspension Bridge here in Bristol. What I'm going to do now is turn off the equipment, shut that down and drive back to the office where I can start to take a look at the log files.
So let's do a quick recap on DriveTester. DriveTester is an optional feature of TEMS Investigation which supports integration with TEMS Fleet Manager. It provides a simple smartphone or tablet interface that checks that you have the right equipment connected, and it receives work orders from Fleet Manager. It allows you to start, stop and pause work orders easily, and it delivers audio announcements for certain events. It's a simple driver view of the route, progress and service success rate of your drive test. So hopefully this video has given you a good idea about the value of DriveTester. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.